stabbed the dagger into the bottom of the boat. The next second, the hull cracked open. When his teammate noticed, he could only awkwardly plug the hole with his foot. And of course, that's when an enemy patrol boat approached. They immediately disguised themselves as fishermen. The woman even slapped on a fake beard. But the enemy wasn't convinced. They decided to board the boat and inspect it. His teammate pretended to fish. With one swing, the worm flew straight onto the officer's hat. The officer looked down. No suspicion. Then, he walked toward the woman. She raised her fishing rod, but dropped it by accident. In panic, she pretended it was binoculars. The officer believed her and turned to leave. But after 2 steps, he looked back and saw her walking into the women's restroom. The disguise was instantly exposed. The enemy opened fire. They fired back, outgunned. He ordered his teammates to retreat. On the boat, he was left alone. The enemy aimed at the explosives. The entire boat blew apart. When the smoke cleared, he stood up. He began firing like crazy. Shells piled up at his feet. Enemy bullets couldn't touch him until the gunfire stopped. He was out of ammo. The officer thought this was his chance. But he pulled out a grenade and shoved it straight into the officer's mouth. The next second, the boat exploded into pieces. The blast threw him into the air. He landed headfirst in the dirt. His teammates pulled him out. The mission continued. They reached the enemy base. He pulled out his dagger and started cutting through the wire fence. 30 minutes later, a hole was finally opened. The gate was gently pushed aside. They slipped in quietly. One teammate carried a rocket launcher and knocked on the door. The enemy barely showed his face. Lisa had already locked on. The man switched to a bow. He fired 1 arrow, missed, because he was out of arrows. So he grabbed a chicken and placed it on the bow. 1 shot direct hit. They reached the prison entrance. 1 person caused a distraction. He led the others toward the door. He used a broom to reach for the keys, but poked the guard's eye, then his ear. And finally, the broom hit a fan. The insane part, the guard still didn't wake up. He grabbed the keys and tossed them to the hostages they tried couldn't reach. So he simply walked out, picked them up, and opened the door himself. At that moment, the guard woke up. A hostage tapped him. The alarm exploded. Enemy soldiers swarmed in. His teammates opened fire. 1 soldier shot at him. The next second, the soldier turned into a duck. In the chaos, he rescued all the hostages and accidentally got the enemy base map. He made a decision: go straight for the headquarters. The moment they pulled back, the enemy counterattacked. After a brutal firefight, his aim dominated the battlefield. His power level went insane. The score skyrocketed. The situation completely collapsed. Wave after wave of enemies came. He casually threw bullets, and they still hit. After the struggle, he finally reached the headquarters, but the enemy leader was waiting. They drew swords and clashed instantly. The next second, he slashed at a candle. His sword snapped. Now he had no weapon.